Good morning and welcome to the Dusit area of Bangkok and welcome to Wat Benchamabophit. I think that's how you say it, Wat Benchamabophit. So we've come here because this I think is one of the most beautiful temples in Thailand. It's a royal temple built by King Chulalongkorn or Rama V, in 1899. So today we're going to go in here, have a look around, find some places for sketching, and those sketches I'm going to work up later into art when I get home. So we're going to have a good look around and show you this beautiful Wat. Even though it's COVID at the moment, there are far fewer tourists here in Thailand. There are still some tourists, and this is a typical thing. So just as I take this amazing shot going into the temple, of course there are other people here, but there are far fewer people here than there would have been just a few months ago. What a beautiful temple this is. I'll talk more about the temple as we keep going. But it's a classic temple, thought to be one of the best examples of the Bangkok style of architecture. It's completely symmetrical, and to me it really says what a Thai temple should look like. It evokes Siam to me. See, today we have our beautiful production assistant with us, the most lovely Miss Anna. Say hello.
Good morning everyone around the world. Welcome to our temple.
If only it was ours. This is in the Dusit area of Bangkok, which is a royal area. There are a lot of royal palaces here. We're here for a beautiful ticket office, and our production assistant has just bought the tickets, 50 baht each, so about €1.20, €1.50 to get in. Thank you very much. Again, we continue with the strange weather here in Thailand this morning. It's a mixture of stormy, rainy, very hot. It's just not February weather. February weather should be calm, it should be dry and hot usually. So what I want to do here today is to find two places to do some artwork. I'm looking at trying to produce two pictures from here later on. The first one is ink and line, or line and wash ink drawing. So I've done a couple of these at temples over the last few weeks. And what it is an ink drawing which has little bits of watercolour on there, just a little watercolour just to accentuate the form. Obviously I'll just sketch that out here, and then the other thing I'm looking for is to do a drawing which I can work into a full watercolour sketch. Now I have drawn this temple before, I've painted this temple before, and I'll show that on the screen now. Now that painting is a little bit sort of whimsical and childlike, and I think this temple is a little whimsical to a degree. I mean, it's very beautiful, but there's something archetypal, something nearly Disney-like in this temple. So rather than draw the whole thing, I'm just going to be looking at a particular section, and choosing that section is the difficult bit. Choosing that section is the thing that I'm going to do now. So what I'm going to do is walk around and have a look at different viewpoints and think about whether that composition allows me.
I'm just here as the thing, don't worry about me.
We always worry about you. So first of all, I quite like these descending eaves here, and there's some nice lines in that. It's quite complicated, but I like the descending eaves. As we go through, I love that sort of change of direction in the roof in the centre there. Just this bit, like here. I love that. That could be something that the contrast of light's not very good, whereas there's a great contrast of light happening here. That could definitely be a thing, so I'll come back and have a look at that. I'm not going to go inside and film because, you know, it's people's place of meditation, it's a place of prayer, it's a place for people to be peaceful and quiet. It's not really made for me going in there and doing my YouTube video. And you just see the complexity of the roof up here. And there, again, I mean, that's a great photograph, wonderful photograph, but I'm not really sure. I mean, there's a lot of complexity there for me if I'm going to be doing a pen and ink drawing. Possibly. All right, now I love the colour contrast which is happening here, and that's maybe more for watercolour than for pen and ink. I'll show you. This is the fountains that you're hearing, the clong. You'll see the monk walking across the bridge there, a very Thai scene. This is the temple looking into the monastery over there where the monks live. Coming up. Okay, so in this section of the temple here, you've got some good repeating shapes along there. Let's have a quick look in there and you can start to see inside the temple a bit more. Move on. The back area of the temple here. See the people going over the bridge there. Yeah, I'm in the back area of the temple here, and everywhere I go here, the temple's going to have complicated shapes. The plus of this area here, though, is that at least it's quiet. So because it's quiet, it's going to be easier for me to get my sketchbook out and to sketch. Oh wow, I love the colour contrast going through this door here. This gentleman doesn't really want to be on camera, understandably, so I'll move away. And up here, I think that I might be finding something that I want to be able to sketch. This sort of roof area around here, maybe. I'll just go back now. I love this area here, this wonderful colour contrast as we come through. Maybe I'll try to do that a bit closer. In fact, I think this area might be good for the watercolour painting. Let's see if we can do that sketch with the watercolour. I think there's something about the layers here which might work for the watercolour. So let's get the sketchbook out and see if we can do that for the watercolour. The picture of this, I'm going to try to work up the sketch of this doorway here to then develop as a watercolour sketch when I get home later. Why don't I do the watercolour out here? Well, partly because the weather is super dodgy today and I think it might rain at any time. Partly because it just gets so hot working outside in Thailand, and partly all the distractions around plein air painting is difficult. Yeah, plein air painting is difficult. There's like 2 whole pencil lengths. So I've cut my pencil in half. So I'm thinking, it's 1 whole pencil length. So this, just have a look at that. Midpoint's hot. I'm going to say there. I'll step here, and that means that halfway. The top of the door now is halfway. The half point on my pencil. I'm going to say that here. So that's the top point of that out the door. Okay. And this is going to sort of stay, but it doesn't have to be exact, but it's where are we going to? What's the outer edge? The outer edge might be that.
sort of halfway on the second bead there and halfway on the second bead there. And it's just rough it in so you can get it. Trying to measure that with the pencil rather than the pencil, so that we can adjust as we go along. I'm not worried about making mistakes, because this is just for me, even though you're watching along with me, it's just for me. So this comes down a lot further.
Okay guys, so now I'm just leaving this spot here where we've been filming, and just going to walk around to see if I can find somewhere to do a line ink wash, or pen and wash, or whatever it's called. Ink and wash. I like ink and wash. I like the simplicity of the ink, and then the freedom to just take small bits of the watercolour and accentuate small bits. So what we're looking for is something which has a strong shape to it, but is not too fiddly, because I'm not great with the fiddly bits and I get bored with the fiddly bits. I've come to a temple that is very fiddly. I immediately see the shape. Can you see this shape here? Those two descending eaves. This is a great spot to do some drawing in as well, because there aren't too many people around, so just get a bit closer to it so that you can see it on the camera. I can zoom it and all of that. Another cloudy, hot, humid Bangkok day. So I'm looking at this sort of shape around here. I love that. It's very classical of Thai temples. I can do some lovely pen and wash there. I think I can probably set myself up on the pavement here to do that drawing. Okay. So guys, just to show you my exact vista, this is how I'm looking at the roof that I'm drawing, the roof I'm painting. So I'm going to try to line this up so at least you can see some of my work. Work. This is not work, this is kiddies play. Yeah, people often say to me, you know, art, that's just like children's stuff, my kids do that. Yeah, well, we should all be doing it, you know. Adults should spend more time doing kindergarten stuff. We should spend more time enjoying ourselves. Okay. Okay guys, so it's just a 5-10 minutes quick sketch of this that we were looking at. It doesn't look like much at the moment. Well, it does. It looks like a 3-year-old scribble, Daniel. That's what it looks like. But we're going to work it up into a masterpiece when we get into less noisy and less hot conditions, get back into some aircon. You see our production assistant is taking some excellent B-roll. So guys, we're going to try to get out of here before the rain comes. If we're going to get rain, it certainly looks like we are. Thank you very much for coming along on this first video where I actually get to do some art for once, rather than just walking around and complaining that the conditions aren't right. 2 very quick sketches, but as in the next video, I'll show you how I work them up into pieces of art. Or just fun. So, get out there, have fun, See you in the next one. Bye.